Welcome back to another episode of Who Should You Choose, the video series where I go through the prior videos, questions, and comments and help you with your HUT lineup decisions. If you have just picked up NHL 25 for the holidays, these videos you can expect Monday through Friday. And if you want your question answered, all you've got to do is subscribe to the channel, leave a comment on the prior video, and I go through. If you go through the comments and you see one that you like and you want it to be answered as well, give it a like, and I sort by the most liked first, and then I go through. But you can also watch this live. I do it on Twitch, twitch.tv/NoSleeves12. In the morning, we recap all the NHL games from the night before, and we watch them all live on stream. So, that being said, I do want to start this episode off with the Gallery of Greats event. A lot of people are obviously wondering who to make and if you should 100% make Yzerman and things like that. What I'd recommend is if you haven't invested yet and made any MSPs, don't. Wait for week 2. You don't need to rush out. The sets are there for 2 weeks. Do not throw everything in yet because we might get a 99 face-off gold quick draw Mark Messier that you'd rather have than, Yzerman. And I really got to take that Christmas tree down. So just wait till the event, the new MSPs come out. Get your objectives done, all of that, but make sure that you wait because you might make a mistake and regret it a little bit later on. So that being said, let's get into today's questions and comments. We'll start first with Pat. He says, "Hey Sleeves, we def need a new right-handed winger. Bedard is so blah to use. I also started pairing Quinn Hughes and Hedman. I started realizing elite edges is way better on the defense. And I feel like more than forwards. Is that true or is it just me?" So something that was really underrated early on in the X Factor era, so like 2022, 2023, is basically everyone was using lead edges on forwards because it kept your agility with the puck and you could circle around and make cuts and whatnot. But I remember Regs in NHL 22 in the World Championship, he focused on putting elite edges on his defensemen because it activates without the puck as well. So when you have elite edges on a big defenseman, you're able to make cuts and keep your speed, keeping up with the players that are trying to make those cuts and turns in the defensive zone or defending the rush. So it is important to have it on defensemen. It's not useless like a lot of people thought, or we all did earlier on. So definitely something that is something to look out for. Hey, Sleeves, do you think Joe Pavelski could get a card in week 2 of the Gallery of Greats event? He was in the Thornton Moments as a free agent, so it looks like he's still in the game. I love little Joe. He'd be sick on my team. I hope they do it, especially with the Sharks content this year. I mean, God, just what we need, more Sharks. No, that being said, I didn't realize he was in that moment because I thought usually when players retire, what happens, if they do it late enough in like the summer, they won't sign their agreement in the alumni agreement early enough for them to be in that year's game. Like Bergeron, for example, or Chara, the first year, he retired. That being said, I didn't realize Pavelski was in that because I didn't, I just didn't realize it. So if they have the rights, I would like to see him in the 2000s event, maybe, or the 20. I don't know, a different event. I think I don't know if he'd fit the Gallery of Greats event. Love the videos. Have a quick question. I may be late to the party with this one, but I'm trying to complete a hologram set, and it's not showing any of my icons in my collection. None are account bound. You probably have them in. You probably have them in the set, so that it won't show up in your collection. So the best way to make sure that you don't pick a player you already have, remove them all from the set where you trade them in. You're probably storing them there, like in the hologram set. Remove them all so they're in your collection, and then do the pack, because then it will actually show if you have a duplicate or not. If you leave them in the set and you do the pack, it won't show if you have a duplicate or not of that card, so just be careful. Hey, Sleep, something that has been a pain for me, I'm guessing lots of other HUT grinders, is that you only have one lineup. What I mean by that is when you get to goals and assists objectives done for a certain event, you have to put those cards in your lineup and screws to your PK and power play lines. It is the worst trying to fix your lines if you want to take a break from the objectives, and is another quality of life annoyance for the HUT community. The show does this. Why can't NHL? Sorry for the rant, but thanks in advance for everything you bring to the community. Hope you and the family are well. Dude, if you go over to the... I don't know if I have the game on. If you go over to... like your team tab where you would go to enter your team, you'll see a little button that says manage lineups. Click on manage lineups, and then it'll show your current lineup, but it'll also say create new lineup, and you can create another one, and then you can change it in that screen. Definitely recommend doing that and creating like a chores lineup. But yeah, it's not front facing, so any new player, you're probably not going to notice that screen. It's still slow and buggy and all of that, but yeah, you can do that, and I would definitely recommend it. I would recommend throwing all of your B&D cards in a lineup. That way, when you're going to cache sets and whatnot, it won't go into the set. It's another way around the lack of storage sets. Lineup question. Should I still be using Supernatural Chara? My lefty are Power, Chara, and Walkman. I'm assuming you mean Wallman. And soon Hedman. Not sure if he's still viable online since he's starting to get skated around. No, he's a little long in the tooth. I'm waiting for Hedman. He'll get knocked off my team then. And especially what I'm specifically waiting for is I don't have Ekholm, but I would wait for week 2 of the Gallery Greats event and go with Bork or whoever else they made if you're in that situation. So. I pulled the Winter Classic Kairu in my Hut Champs Premium Pack. Thank God I didn't stop at 10 wins. And sold them for almost 700K. What should I do with those coins? Hold on to them for future events or build one of the Gallery Greats right now? I'm sure you get so many of these what to do with coins questions, but I'm such a... I would typically just rip packs. Do not rip packs. That is a gambling addiction. Do not do that. What I would do is... 700K. I would buy 86s. I would wait. This is tough. The problem is we have no idea what EA is going to do to make Team of the Year collectibles or cards. We have no idea. And I don't want to say the wrong one and then everyone go and do it. So I want to be clear here. You should never go into the Team of the Year event with coins. You should go in with cards, because if you go in with coins, you're going to spend the absolute maximum when everyone is trying to build them. So I would say make 86s or buy 86s, but the problem is 86s are so expensive right now because they're needed for the Gallery Greats event. But that's probably where I would invest, is that. I have a question. What do you do with the daily hat trick collectibles? I have a lot, but not sure if they are used in a set. So you want to use them in the with the hat trick cards. So if you're newer to the game, if you go to moments and then go to the tutorial moments, like the 4th or 5th one down in that list is a hat trick pack, and you will get to choose between Logan Couture, Robin Leonard, and Shea Theodore. Whoever you want. You can see, but how you upgrade them is with the daily hat trick collectibles. I know small goalies are for the most part trash, but for my Leafs theme team, anyone try Cujo? Stolar's starting lately getting beat by anything and everything. If you play online, man, good luck. Honestly. Did I say Shea Weber and I said Theodore? Okay, I apologize. I'm recording this live. I do that all the time. I meant Weber, not Theodore. Any tips for a long-time LG player turned Hut player? I think we may have even crossed paths back in the day. I could be wrong, though. My team is pretty stacked, but I find myself finishing with 11 to 12 wins in Hut Champs every week. This game is just for fun. Do you have any tips or advice to get better and reach that next level? 11 to 12 wins is kind of that threshold where to get above that, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to learn how to do the L2, like, skating glitch. You're going to have to learn how to play the game, not the sport, if you know what I'm saying. I would take a look. If you don't run any strategies, like if you don't know what you're setting up or anything like that, you can watch my settings and strategies video. That will walk you through like the basics. You've got to really hold on to the puck in the offensive zone and look for a one-timer. It's, it gets kind of boring when you get to that phase. Not sure if they changed the heading yet, but completing the Team of the Week objectives got me an 84 overall choice pack, not an 82. So yeah, in my video yesterday at the content hour, it looked like the objectives for Team of the Week was giving an 82, which made no sense because it actually went up overall in the sets to make an 84. That looks like that has now been changed, which is good. For the shot blocking question, in addition to doing the position lock as Sleeve suggested, I also will sit in front of the goal and call for a pass all the time. Those passes will get picked off. It leads to more breakaway chances. When that happens, the chances of the shot blocks are high. So someone asked yesterday, how do you do the shot block objectives in game, especially on rookie, because your players will just always go get the puck. You position lock by in the menu in the screen where you would select your jerseys. right? Like that where you see like the two players, you can right click on the left stick or the right stick, I can't remember, and it'll say position lock. Choose the player you need to block shots with, and then in game, if you hit R2 when you don't have the puck and your player does, they will send a pass back to you no matter where they are. So that's what he's referring to, and then that'll cause turnovers, things like that. Absolutely loving Dvorsky at center. He's strong on the puck and his shot is unreal. I played my first few games with Dvorsky today. Awesome card. Absolutely love it. I'm hoping that he gets another goal against Finland. I have a feeling Slovakia's tournament will probably come to an end, but he has been very fun to use, no doubt. So, absolutely. So, I pulled 2 Star of the Month Nature's cards and was saving them for the new Star of the Month that came out today. And they made Draisaitl a 90 and screwed me because I was expecting an 89 Star of the Month. Only one of the Nature's cards are tradable, and the other one is untradeable, and I'm not sure what to do now. This is another situation of the content team changing things up to make things fresh and different, and I can appreciate that. The problem is when you have a game mode that is so dependent on money or time input, when you make things so inconsistent, it really hurts the players that trying to engage all the time. That one specifically was brutal. You know, the Natchez one, it changed from the norm from the prior month, and a lot of people got screwed. It sucks. Again, it's one of my bigger criticisms of the content team this year. There was a lot of change for the sake of change, and I don't think they've been around long enough in the content world of NHL to realize that while changing things up is nice, making things completely different and having to relearn what they're doing every 3 weeks is an absolute mind melt that we don't want. Gallery of Greats Lemieux coming on Friday. I'm calling it. He got an event card, not going to be an MSP. And thank God for the Power Up Icon owners, the hologram owners, because that would have been really rough if they received one. I love that they did that. So everyone that's got Lemieux, there you go. Ace Slaves, kind of a question, but more of a rant. Why is this game's market vastly inferior compared to every other Ultimate Team mode? I have 2.9 million coins, and the only card I want to buy is Kopitar's fantasy card. Love using my favorite players. The only problem is that he is no longer on the market. Really wish there was a system where desirable cards are always available on the market, even if they are grossly overpriced. Additionally, the market price limits are awful. In MLB The Show, you can easily buy 1,000 copies of a card to invest in. Imagine trying to accomplish something like that in NHL. Keep the great content. This is so... The NHL UI is something that was made in 2015. I'd have to go back and look at that. I can't remember the year where the UI switched to what it is now. It 100% needs a complete teardown. The problem is like the game mode needed more structure and things like, you know, the XP path, and it's not great, but you know, like that is a good start. A new mode, lots of things like that. Now we need like a fresh coat of paint. Like we need to be able to go through the menus actually quickly. We need to not have 17 pack animations to get to the set we want to make. It needs a complete teardown. And I have a feeling that because of all of the years of just throwing code on top of code, that if they wanted to do that, they would have to completely tear it down and start new. And I think that would probably be too much of a tech investment or developer resource investment year over year to, you know, it stinks. I'm with you on that, man. It's brutal. I wish there was something like that. I hope to God we get some UI improvements because somehow we've gone backwards, which is ridiculous. Clay says, I've done the 82 plus set 10 times. I've gotten 82s every time, except the last pack I opened with my last collectibles, I got 83 Ingram. I would have rather have gotten an 82 with the amount of times I've seen his face opening 83 overall packs to make a Fantasy Forces card in the past. I want to highlight this, guys, because you'll see on Reddit or social media or other content creators when they open up packs, right? And they say these packs are juiced or whatever. Understand that losers don't post their losses. They post their win. You know, you post your wins. All the gamblers out there, they don't post their losses. They post their wins. So you're seeing a snapshot of people who have maybe ripped 100 packs and they get a good one and you think that, oh my God, they're great. I hate packs. I've said that since I've been a creator. You know, I think that they are borderline. Like they They scratch the itch of gambling addiction. And I used to be addicted to gambling in my early 20s, so I really don't like it. That being said, when I tell you there is a pack that is worth opening, I will tell you. And what I mean by that is the pack has to, at all times when you open it, at least return the value of the pack that it costs to make. So I'll give you an example. Those early on in the XP Season 2, it'll be like that one collectible for the 72 and above overall pack. It was giving 75s, which is crazy value. But the second they switched it to 72s, and that's what you normally were doing, it's no longer worth doing, right? I try and assume that I'm always going to get the lowest overall in the type of pack I'm opening. So I've opened up the 82 a pack a bunch because 82s are fine. Like, you know, it is what it is. Hey, Slaves, I'm halfway done McDavid, and I've made Frozen Forces McDavid to rental him before I get his X Factor. My question is, should I still try and make X Factor McDavid or just save for his team of the year? Ooh, at this point, what I would do is save your 79 and belows so that you can make his X Factors, right? But don't cash them in and lock yourself in yet. Just have the 79 and belows ready in case. If players continue to be this cheap, making a holo is definitely worth it in the long run. They are coming down quite a bit in price. Like, you're seeing 76s for like almost 2,000 coins. That's borderline where it's close. The only issue, guys, is that we have no consistency or confidence as to when they're going to upgrade. You're at the complete mercy of the content team. And if you have confidence that they're actually going to upgrade a card, God willing, man, I have, it is what it is. So, Ratsy, slower players getting higher endurance and also having player builds. Maybe a guy like Scott Niedermayer can't hit 99 in some stats, but he can get 99 endurance. Niedermayer was known for having crazy endurance. GOG is what team builders needed to be. Holos are still worth it in the long run. They'll be 99, have free abilities, and could change sins most likely. Yeah, there's a lot of... That was bad punctuation. But, yeah, I would love a player build system. I would absolutely love that. That would be an entire year of them trying to change that format. I've talked about this a lot. I think that would really freshen up player types and cards and things like that. So if you were trying to make a sniper and you wanted someone to score a lot, you can get a 99 sniper, but his body checking is going to be 75. It can't go any higher, right? But he's 99 overall because he gets a 99 shooting. I'd love that. Galley of Greats is what team builders need to be, 100%. Team builders not having free zone abilities is a massive miss. The free zone abilities is in the change that they've made with zone abilities this year, where everything costs 2 and you only have 12. It is super important for the chase cards to have that, and team builders not having it is pretty brutal. They are MSPs. That's all they are, and the Gallery of Greats event wiped out their value, just completely wiped it out. And yeah, the holograms. People are saying that the Gallery of Greats event ruined the holograms. They ruined the value. The cards will still be good. I think that people were misunderstanding that. The cards will still be good, but if you could say, hey, here's 1.2 million coins to make a hologram, or just go make Iserman at 89 overall from the Gallery of Greats event for free if you did your chores. That's where like the value is completely smoked. That's kind of all where everyone was, kind of getting at. So I think it may finally be time to move on from Jay Bowmeister for Ekholm. Speed is still an issue, but Ekholm card has unreal stats now. Yeah, Ekholm's there. His skating is still brutal. He's going to be like 98 with like 91 speed. Is not until 99 is he going to get that massive speed increase probably. But yeah, Jay Bowmeister is with Hedman coming out, Bork being available, Werenski even from the Frozen Forces event. You can move on from Jay Bowmeister, but you got a lot of use out of him. Like 2 months, so that's good. Team builders should have the free AP. Couldn't agree more, man. 100%. It was a big miss, and hopefully they fix that next year because they can't do it now. Hey, Slaves, I was wondering if I should still hold on to old MSPs who are on my team in case EA gives them upgrades like last year. I'm trying to think if there has been a situation like that yet, but Team of the Year will tell us. If Team of the Year allows you to trade in McDavid, Frozen Forces for the Team of the Year version, then yes. I would just wait for Team of the Year because we don't know yet. So hold on to them and then wait. All right. That's going to do it for this episode of Who Should You Choose? Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to come check me out live on Twitch in the afternoon as well, as we stream all the way up to the content hour and cover all of that. So thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.